All right, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around, tuning in. Whether you're live on stream or if you're checking out these VODs later. This is full transparency. This is the same day we recorded part 7, or chapter 7. We're just gonna push to the end. We're just gonna same day push this last chapter out. So, yeah. This has suddenly turned into a ride. I don't know if Punchy probably won't be able to really recap what just happened, but it turns out we have proof that, or at least circumstantial proof that Valkyrie both drove Coda to suicide, or attempt suicide at least, and probably hacked the game so she could win. So she could, oh yeah, I didn't even change shirts. Whatever. And she hacked the game so she could win the charity match from chapter 6. So we're going to try to get to the bottom of those things. We're going to try to win the Pro Tour and try to have a happy ending, hopefully. Or at least not a super depressing one. So don't want to change my metadata for the last time. We're good to go. And it is the final level. We did save. I've been saving at the change the metadata part in case I ever do want to go back and like change the look or change the character in any way. But instead, we're going to move onward to the final chapter. Yeah, also Valkyrie is evil, and I was going to say that some of Divine and Blitz to me come off as like cartoonishly evil. Winner stays on, nice. They come off as kind of like cartoonishly evil, like they're like 80s movie villain evil. Like Divine and Blitz. Valkyrie is a monster, as we're finding out. Valkyrie is a horrifying monster. This is not about winning and losing. Maybe it never really was. This is about deciding who you are and what you believe in. It's about making a stand. I don't know if it's possible to win. You fought hard to reach the end of this road, but the final result is going to be tainted. Odds are we won't be granted the title of champion, even if we do somehow win. I don't care anymore. I will stand resolute against the ones who want me to fade away. Valkyrie, and my own self-loathing. Self-loathing. Because even if I can't win, I will not lose. Is this a future year of 20... And we're apparently all the stands against the dark future of esports corruption. Not exactly what I was aiming to accomplish when I started on this path, but you played the game in front of you, not the game you wanted to play. Valkyrie's forcing her Iris to cheat at FOD2, so she can rise all the way to the top. What's more, she's proven ready and willing to hurt anyone who stands against her. Naturally, I've chosen to stand against this. Not a smart move for my continued well-being, but if I care one whit about fair play or even human decency, there's no other option. We can't just call hacks on her. Nobody would believe us. We need evidence, and we need to sway the Pro Tour's organizers to hear that evidence. Not a task that Gamedays For Good can accomplish alone. We're going to need leverage. Before I can arrange any sort of leverage, it seems I've got one last task on my list to take care of. Temptation. Here I am in the belly of the beast, the penthouse lair of Team Play to Win. At the top of a skyscraper, as if attempting to rival Mount Olympus, P2W work and play and work, all under the command of one Victoria Proud. Valkyrie, coach, manager, owner, cheat, swindler, arguably also an attempted murderer.
And of course, our players have private rooms. I know most of your team are playing bunkmates to save money, but here we respect your privacy.
I don't think that's true.
And the view's terrific from up here, of course. There's also a hot tub on the deck when you want to relax after a hard day of training. We've got all the energy drinks you could want in our 7 different fridges.
I like that 7 fridges is a selling point. We've bought a lot of refrigerators. And not along, only half paying attention to her sales pitch. Valkyrie arranged this meeting with me, and while I have my guesses as to why, she's happier to give me the tour first. Apparently they have a hot tub. None of it sways me, but I pretend to care as she lists the many perks of being part of P2W. Flexing her power and wealth before we get down to business.
And of course, we're well stocked with products provided by all our sponsors, so we're never lacking for gear or snacks.
Valkyrie, I cannot emphasize to you enough. I never want to see a pizza yum again in my life.
I sense you're not amused by our humble abode. You want to get on with business, yes? Okay. Tour over. Let's talk.
She pauses, letting the whole aura of the place sink in and entice me before speaking.
I invited you here today for one simple reason. I want to recruit you.
What?
I know. We've been at each other's throats since the start of this. We're destined to face each other in the finals, so you're thinking, why would Val extend the olive branch? I'll tell you. The fact of the matter is that you're going to lose the championship.
Oh, she's starting this shit again, okay.
Remember, I told you we'd beat you at Pengy Paradise, and I wasn't lying. This is no different. You can't win this one.
This can't just be overconfident. She's going to cheat. This time we're ready. We're going to set the trap and bait her into it. When she cheats, we'll be ready. But why offer to hire me for her team if she knows she can stop us easily? May as well just ask. I don't get it. Why? You hoping I'll back out of the tournament?
No, play to win needs to defeat your team in a fully sanctioned and official match. Until now, we've only beaten your team in unofficial show matches, and I want it on record. And once the dust settles from this, once your team is shown to be nothing but a squad of laundromat casuals, there's no reason you can't switch sides and join the real champions. See that ambition of yours through to the end. I'm sure you care about your friends, and that's noble. But you also know they aren't winners. Not like you. Pushing them to become a professional team was a mistake. It's time to realize that, and realize the only path to your glory lies with me. My vision? After you lose the finals, your team disbands and you join me. Everybody wins.
How is that everybody wins? You are not everybody.
Sound good to you?
You've got a pretty clear pecking order in your mind of where my friends and I belong. But I don't care if I win or lose anymore. As long as I'm with my friends, I'm happy. Gameplays for Good are here to stay, even if we never win a single match. I already have everything I want and need from my life. You've got nothing to offer me, so with respect, no, I'm not taking your offer. Well, that's disappointing. I thought you were ready to do what it takes to realize your dreams. The glory was never my dream. It just took some time to realize that. Fine. I see we can't come to terms. It's a pity, but I did my best. You can go now. This meeting is over. Obligingly, I turned to leave. But there's one more thing I could do. It's risky. Possibly a terrible idea, honestly, but maybe it's the right thing to do. I'm risking a lot. Perhaps tipping my hand about the trap we're setting for her to step into. This might be risky, but, you know. Well, if I'm to be a moral person, a good person, I have to offer the chance at redemption. Miss Proud, you don't want to do this. Think about it for a minute. Your legacy is on the line. You're risking every legitimate accomplishment you ever had. Also, why is there just like cat grass on the coffee table? I just noticed that. When the time comes to face us on stage, I beg you, please don't do what we both know you're going to do. I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you do. When you look back, trying to figure out where everything went wrong, this is that moment. This is where it all went wrong. I'm offering you a chance to stop this before you lose it all. What are you up to, Mr. Wolf? What's all this about, exactly? I can't risk confirming anything. I have to keep this vague. When we face each other again, I trust you'll do the right thing, and let fate decide who will stand and who will fall. Until that day, Miss Proud, I take my leave. She knows what I'm talking about. She orchestrated all of this, and now, hopefully, I've planted a seed of guilt that will grow. Just putting that little seed of doubt in. Maybe when we fight on the grand stage, we can see who will win and who will lose by skill alone. If we totally could have joined P2W, that would have been a killer secret ending. Because they did that in Chapter 7. They gave you the, like, Ah, screw this. I'm going back to being boring. One trap, thoroughly baited. Except for one teensy-weensy problem. We don't actually have a trap yet, just a pile of bait waiting for a proper trap to be built around it. Mr. Wolf, you're super not great at metaphors. Hey, at least he's consistently bad at them. There's something to be said for consistency. However, I have a fine array of steel-jawed traps available for the choosing. That's why I've gathered the team today. I want us to select the means by which we shall enact justice upon Valkyrie.
A bit concerning, that?
Indeed, we must be thoughtful in matters of justice. In dealing with Kodo, we were a bit thoughtless. We can do better. We need to make sure Valkyrie's crimes are exposed, but also do it in a way that's fair and efficient. Okay, so some of my proposals may not meet those standards, but hear me out. I want to lay everything on the table before we decide. I think we have 4 options here. I'm confident enough in my ability to make all 4 work, so it's just a question of which one we want to run with. I have a feeling this is going to be a intense identity situation. First candidate on offer is probably the most obvious one. Punchy78, lead reporter for Fight Shack. He keeps giving our team news coverage on Fight Shack, so maybe he'd be willing to help in exchange for an exclusive interview or something. Punchy's been following our rivalry with Team Play to Win closely and keeping the public informed, so involving him is a natural next step. It means dealing with Punchy78. Simple enough, we tell Punchy78 everything we know about Valkyrie's crimes, offer juicy details for his website, get everything out there for the public to see. In return, he uses his connections to get us before the Pro Tour organizers, so we can convince them to run Grace's anti-cheat detection software. I feel like the problem with that is if it's publicly known that a member of our team is running an anti-cheat, that no matter what her pedigree is, it will definitely lean badly on us. And I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that break kill. Okay. Alright, in return, use his connections to get us before the Pro Tour organizers so we can convince them to run Grace's anti-cheat detection software. We catch Valkyrie in the trap, expose her cheating, and fight checks right there to get the word out far and wide.
I see your point.
I've worked with Fight Shack in the past. Punchy would be more than happy to help us out. He's a great guy.
I anticipate failure.
Except, he's also given Valkyrie just as much glowing praise. Her comeback story wouldn't have been possible without Fight Shack. That does make it a little complicated.
Bad idea.
He used to do freelance copy editing for websites before we turned pro. Trust me when I say the press can and will spend anything for more ad revenue and more clicks. Even if Punchy's totally in our corner, Valkyrie's adept at manipulating public image. She could easily slip out from under this. Okay, well we have another option. If we want his justice, there's a direct and simple appeal we can make. We call the cops on her and they sort this mess out. On the night of the Coda incident, I spoke with an officer in charge of cybercrime. Fraud, harassment, things like that. Detective Ji-Woo Cho. The cops are supposed to be the ones you call at times like these, and this is Domino's aunt. We can have some confidence we'll see justice done.
Sure thing.
Trust me, Auntie's on the level. She's one of the only people in my family who gives a single solitary about me. Ji-Woo will make this work.
No f***ing way.
Cops, seriously? No freaking way. We don't need the pigs in on this. Sorry, Dom, but Auntie or no Auntie, bacon always smells like bacon.
No thanks.
Zap's right. This would result in a much larger scale public scandal, putting us and the scene in a bad light. You have to think about the health of the esports community as a whole. Okay, so there's another option, although it's even riskier, I warn. I know this one's going to sound ridiculous, but you know me. You know I wouldn't lie to you about something this important. Right, shit. Let's make it a federal instead of a state. Back at Max, I was contacted by a mysterious woman in black, from some unknown branch of the federal government. For reasons a bit too weird to get into, involving my brain nearly getting scrubbed by a haunted arcade game. What? Bear with me. This agent said if I had any information about someone abusing the technology behind Iris, I should call her. We know Valkyrie is manipulating her Iris to dominate the scene, cheating at contests and harassing her enemies into the grave. Abusing the tech this woman is trying to control. This is risky. This is possibly the same one who shut down the Iris project because of its strange origins. But she is a strong contender for making this whole situation go away.
Impressive.
There's something keenly appealing about Valkyrie vanishing into some CIA prison. Assuming it's supposed mystery woman is CSA, or CIA, or NSA, or FBI, or whatever. Trust you know when you say you aren't making up this weirdness. I'm in favor of a measured but risky play. I say why not? Here's Loxley and Grace, of course. Why not? Because that's a woman who nearly murdered Iris. Murdered. I can talk. Mr. Wolf is right. She was involved in the shutdown. Now we want her to handle someone abusing an Iris? We can't risk it. He's the one who demanded Iris be killed. She's the one I've been scared of. The reason I haven't been involved in Iris's life. This is a two birds, one stone situation. Love you, babe. I thought this through. In return for offering up a criminal abusing Iris's technology, we can negotiate a peace treaty. Get her off Iris's back. That's not going to happen. This could be good for both Gameplays for Good and the Iris Collective. Long shot. An extremely long shot. I have my doubts about this, Mr. Wolf, and I believe you know why. I can do it. You turn me loose and you'll see what I can do. I feel like I'm leaning towards the press as much as Valkyrie could, wiggle out of it. So far. We play our cards right, we can secure justice for Valkyrie and justice for Iris. And that brings me to the final option, which might be the most extreme one of the bunch. We have an in with the team that's running the Iris Collective. A gang of justice-minded hackers. Mr. Wolf is going to mean outing Loxley to the group, but maybe it's time. If we're going to have our best chance at righting these wrongs, it has to be done. This isn't the time for Cloak and Dagger. It's high time we put all our cards on the table, Loxley. Do you agree? Huh? I see, so be it. For the glory of Gameplays for Good, and for justice itself. I'm involved with a group called the Ghost Monsters. They are indeed the anonymous hacker group behind the Iris Collective. Loxley, my true purpose here was to watch over Grace, to ensure she remains safe and free from involvement in our crimes. The Iris has tasked us with this out of love for their creator.
I offer my sincere apologies.
I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry, everyone. My original reason for coming to Good Clean Fun was a subterfuge. Well, what? What? That explains a few things. Notably why you're so keen on spending time with Grace. Well, I wasn't expecting to get involved in an international cloak and dagger affair, and yet here we are. We trusted you, as friends, companions, and teammates. This is all a farce? On the contrary, I believe it to be real with all my heart. I hold fast to those I care for, and I consider you all my cherished friends. But the honest truth of it is that my original purpose was dishonorable. If you wish me to depart this team, I'll understand. I already knew. What? I knew. I knew all along that you were working with Iris. I am very smart, you know.
That's wonderful.
But I also knew you did it out of love. Love for Iris. And so I didn't say anything. That kept us all safe. And I didn't want you to feel like you failed in your mission. Loxley, you're kind of a bad spy. if you were found out immediately. I apologize. I've failed in more ways than I can count. Nothing to apologize for. You're in a difficult position. If I can forgive any supposed transgression, I'd hope the rest of Gamedays For Good can too, right?
Okay, sure. Why not?
I'm generally in favor of sneaky bastards fighting for the side of good. It's not like we aren't already knee-deep in weirdness, so hey, damage done, move on. Can't say I'm thrilled, but it's Grace's call. It's the person most affected. I trust her judgment. You should too.
Wait. What?
I am 15 different flavors of confusion right now. Bottom line it for me, please. Are we going to jail? We should be in the clear, Zap. Even if one of our team is a cyber criminal with pirated software, we're hardly accomplices. But let's put that aside and focus on the original point. Loxley's allies, the ones running the Iris Collective, could help us? How? Oh, right. Let me continue. With Loxley's help, we can reach out to them and ask the Ghost Monsters to dig up solid evidence on Valkyrie's crimes, then leak it all to the internet. They can likely also help us get the anti-cheat software installed so we can detect Valkyrie's crime live and direct. Honestly, this is the most powerful option we have on the table. It sinks us deeper and deeper into a wild conspiracy, but it's a strong win. The court of public opinion will take over after all the dirt comes out, and you walk free with all the plausible deniability Rhapsody mentioned. Okay, this is too much. Can we dial it back from Hollywood thriller levels and just focus on getting Valkyrie slam dunked in public? Yeah, even if this would be a near instant win for us, we'd be better off not digging ourselves any deeper than we need to. So those are the options we've got. I had Punchy78 for help, working with an esports to let Valkyrie be tried in the media. She may weasel out of it somehow, but it's clean and ethical. We call on Detective Cho to bring Valkyrie to justice and clean up the gaming scene in the process through heavy-handed but legitimate channels. We take the gamble and get the woman in black to quietly handle this matter and maybe even save Iris from this old enemy. Or we turn to the anonymous hackers known as the Ghost Monsters to completely obliterate Valkyrie from orbit with digital evidence. I strongly believe that all of these options will work. I'll make them work, so don't be afraid of failure. But given every single option has had people for and against, I'm not sure which one we should go with. Oh, come on, Zapper. All those in favor of dumping this decision wholly on the head of our coach/manager/cat wrangler so we don't have to deal with this nonsense ourselves? Yeah, okay. Plus, that way, if someone goes to jail, it's not me. I trust Mr. Wolf's decisions. Great team manager and a good friend. I'm sure his choice will work out fine, right? I have concerns, but loyalty means faith and trust. I will trust in you and put faith in your strategy. Me, I'm thinking this is one reason why we pay you the big bucks so you can deal with crap like this. You don't pay me anything. Point is that you should go with what your heart tells you, okay? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I'm going to save here just so I can go back and see these eventually if I want to. I think I know which way I'm leaning. I'm certain I can make any of these options work. I wouldn't have brought them up as options if I wasn't sure of that. With that in mind, the ally we're going to choose to be... I think it's just Punchy78. We know who the mysterious person is. We saw her earlier. Our safest bet is Punchy 78. Yeah, we briefly saw Sue in the montage in the last chapter. Plus, I've seen the voice cast. I know Sue comes back. It's Tsunami from the first game. Grown up a little bit, but leader of the Ghost Monsters. Valkyrie. Sorry, wow, that came in hot. I apologize. Valkyrie's media savvy, so it may not hurt her as badly as the others, but it doesn't involve any crime or crime-related activity. Again, I've seen who the voice cast is, and we literally saw the character earlier in the last chapter. She was who we interrupted Loxley talking to in an alley at one point. I got all mad at Loxley at. Iris, contact Fight Shack. I want to meet the press. Okie dokie. It takes 2 days to arrange for Punchy to drop by Good Clean Fun for this meeting. Being a reporter, he was busy halfway across the country covering a different esports event. But soon enough, we settled in for a working lunch at the pizzeria. Despite being a hot topic on Fight Shack, I hadn't met up with Punchy 78 prior to this. Fortunately, he seems a friendly sort of guy, very casual. Good, considering what I'm about to ask. And Daigo says, I thought that was your sandwich. You should have seen the look on Justin's face after realizing. Yeah, well, I think he admitted it, and we just talked about the Ghost Monsters, yeah. I still kind of want to go on Redbubble and get a Ghost Monsters shirt to go with Joe's, she has a Moopy shirt. And actually a original Arcade Spirits shirt. I kind of want a purple like Ghost Monsters shirt. He's packed these little anecdotes from esports history, clearly knowledgeable, inside and out. I'll need that depth of experience and insider respect if I'm going to ask him to tear down Play to Win's throne in front of an audience. But I'm getting off track. Sorry. Damn good pizza, and carbs always make me a little giddy. So what's happening with you? I've been wanting to talk to you since the Pengy Paradise incident, just couldn't find the time. Actually, that incident is the reason I called you. Sorry to have to say this, but we have evidence that Valkyrie cheated during the Pengy Paradise show match. What? I'm serious. We checked the logs. Someone accessed the network functions while we were playing an offline game. Files were modified during the match itself. We've got reason to believe she hacked the game's operating system in order to tilt the match to her advantage. What's more, she's been using the same hacking tools to harass Coda, up to and including preventing him from getting the medication he needed. I know this sounds like a fallen rival crying foul, but we have audit logs from the FOD2 machine, and analysis of the social media interactions with Coda to back it up. I'll be the first to admit it's not solid. It shows something phishing going on without tying it to her, but it stands to reason, yes? He pauses, considering my words before replying. Oh shit, he took off the sunglasses. You realize this is a serious accusation to make against the top team in the world. And I'll stand by it. I know we haven't really gotten to know each other, so I have no idea if I'm the sort of person to toss accusations around freely, but I'm willing to stake everything on this. If I had even a single doubt in my mind, I wouldn't have called you. You'd destroy my reputation inside and out if I were proven wrong. True, this is just as dangerous to you as it is to her. You know, a report on your false accusation is if it comes to that. And I did fully expect you to. That's why I'm confident in making this move here and now. And where's your proof? Not gonna lie. He's got motive and means and opportunity, but proof is hard to come by, and that's where you come in. If you can convince the Pro Tour organizers to install anti-cheat software we developed, we'll catch her at the main event itself. Whoa, this still seems like it would be super sketchy. Oh, we developed anti-cheat. That'd be high drama for sure. An esports scandal unfolding right in front of everyone. You'd be on hand to report it all, with forewarning it's going down. Imagine the content you could generate off that. He's intrigued, definitely, but hesitant. And after a moment to gather his thoughts, he speaks up about his concerns.
Okay, hold up. You're asking me to involve myself pretty directly in all of this. As a reporter, I've got ethical rules to follow.
I mean, judging by most of the news these days, do you? A lot of them don't.
If I help you set this trap, I have to warn it could spring on either one of you. If I find this is all bogus, I'm going to have to make you the cover story, not Valkyrie. I'd like to have a friend of mine review your anti-cheat software's code. Make sure it's on the level.
We're expecting that. It'll be released open source after the event's over. Giving you early access is fine.
This is really dodgy, but I'm willing to work with you on this. If the code audit comes back clean, I'll talk to the organizers with you, do what I can to sway them.
Great, you won't regret this.
I better not, or you might be the one regretting it. I'm already skating on thin ice, trying to keep your team at the forefront of the media spotlight. My editors want me to move on, but I feel like there's more story there.
Oh, thank you, Punchy.
Seems I was right. There's a lot more going on with you. And if all this works out, we're both going to win big.
And if it doesn't work out, you'll win big by reporting our failure.
Pretty much, yeah. A pity, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Totally understand, man. He rises from his seat, extending a hand to shake.
See you in a month. And then we'll see who wins the game of the game. You or Valkyrie.
With the fourth estate on our side, we've got a good chance of coming out of this stronger than ever before. We can counter the bad publicity Valkyrie forced us into. Or she spins us around and throws it in our face, becoming more powerful than ever before. It could go either way. Time will have to tell. I guess we're here. 1 month come and gone in the blink of an eye. We did some training on a lighter schedule, played a bunch of different games, had a few group outings to keep team morale up. Rhapsody and I spent a lot of our time going out to local tournaments together, socializing, playing. We've even gotten to help commentate a few times with them too. When not living that wild life, we tend to have calm evenings at home. Rhapsody makes the best dinners, and I'm really good at choosing the accompanying drinks. I've just noticed Buckstars Coffee. Green Guy Gaming. Accord. E9 Esports. That's a reference to something, but I don't know what it is. Who am I? Phone. Oh, we're at P3. We are at P3. No matter how busy the day was, I always end the night relaxing in their arms. And, well, here we are. The Fist of Discomfort 2 Pro Tour Finals. Jerry Lawson Memorial Esports Stadium. Smaller than traditional ball-focused sports, but just as hot an atmosphere as any superb owl could manage. The atrium is packed with industry booths and indies, throwing off gamer swag or brand new competitive titles. A fine playground for fans and players to enjoy between matches. Blech. I can't talk. We made it, gang. The big time. The main event. The ultimate arcade destination. And the first major pro tour, too. History in the making. Feels like every year the scene manages to grow exponentially. I go my whole life without being locked in a building with thousands of sweaty, unshowered gamers. And yet, there's something wholly invigorating about... There's something wholly invigorating about inhaling the deep musk of an excited crowd. Ugh. Ah yes, gamer musk. Bottle and sell some. See where that gets you. Oh, Michelle's got a magical moon cootie. Blech. Michelle's got a magical Moon Cuties 2 booth. I need to play that. Okay, so there's a lot of cool stuff going on, but don't forget the real reason we're here. To get utterly wrecked by Valkyrie in front of an audience of thousands, right? Not how I'd put it, but yeah. Not gonna lie, things will get weird when it's time to hit the stage. This won't be a normal fight, and the aftermath could put a harsh spotlight on whoever's standing there. No way I'm letting you take a planned fall without me. I've got experience mucking it up on camera already, so let me be your partner on this. Also, sorry, I gotta be your back again. I need the bathroom. Unsubscribe Pizza Facts. No way am I letting you take up a planned fall without me. I've got experience mucking it up on camera already, so let me be your partner in this. I'm pretty sure I already read that, but gets us back to where we were. You're a partner in all things, Rhapsody, and I appreciate you being at my side for this. Okay, I'm going to officially register our tag team with the tournament staff and then try to meet up with Punchy78. Everyone else, go enjoy the party. Rhapsody and I need to beat 2 teams in the tournament to advance to the actual finals, so we can't quite party like you can, but... You're not exempt from partying, Mr. Wolf. This is a prime opportunity for fun. Take it. Zapper, I've got matches and win and shenanigans to plan. But multitask. Don't let life pass you by, is all I'm saying. Don't get so fixated on Valkyrie that you forget who you're trying to be. Let's not see a relapse of training spreadsheet, Mr. Wolf. Right, I'll make an attempt. With all of that settled, the team breaks up to go investigate the wonders on offer. Zapper's right. I know I'm going to be dunking myself into a Shark Tank later today, but I don't want to fall back on bad habits, focusing my whole life on accomplishment. I glance around the room, pondering what to tackle first when I hear a beep from my phone. I hear Iris saying,
Beep beep.
Hey Iris, what's up? I know you're headed into some really stressful stuff, so I want to make a little recommendation to you. If you're ever in doubt as to what to do, remember who you are. I'm Mr. Wolf? I mean, in terms of your identity. You know, those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? Yeah, I've been avoiding being Mr. Bold and aggressive, not my style. Exactly. I'm guessing you're going to run into some super intense identity situations real soon. Only one way through using your best technique alone. That is a scary name. Actually not that scary if you think about it. That means you have a strong, well-developed go-to solution, so use it. And for me, that'd be, according to my calculations, your best bet for how to deal with Valkyrie is to be kindly. Empathy is your thing. Maybe Valkyrie's cold heart will crack under your warmth. Honestly, it'd be nice if this ends peacefully. She realizes the error of her ways. But I don't know how realistic that is. We'll see. Let's say that, in theory, I wanted to take a different approach when everything hits the fan tonight. What do I do? Well, you have all day to chat with people before you'll need to really dive into your personal playbook. There's time to learn new approaches. I know that in the end, you'll make the right decisions, and Gamedays For Good will be completely destroyed by your own folly. Let's avoid that.
Iris offline.
Good luck. Right, stop fixating on Valkyrie. Don't let her become your new self-destructive obsession. Take in the entirety of the Pro Tour Finals and enjoy it all. See where to first. We still get to do stuff like this? And we only get 3. Okay. Hamza, sponsors here, Queen Bee. Finally confront a rival, or Ben and Matter. Ben and Mac probably would be a double if I want to increase something else. Okay. Let's see. Not the sponsor. Go say hi to other me. Oh hey, our sponsor has a booth here. A small pop-up arcade promoting Dream Machine. Oh hey, good to see my favorite cousin, as usual. How's it going? It's going. Big fight later I need to prepare for. On track to face Play to win in the finals, right? Everybody's a buzz. Looking forward to seeing Gamedays For Good representing my arcade later. We're probably gonna lose. Well, that's a defeatist attitude if I ever heard one. No, I mean, can you keep this quiet? But she's gonna cheat. She cheated against us in Pinky Paradise. Oh geez. So you're saying you're going up against a seemingly unstoppable rival using underhanded tactics to crush your underdog group of friends? I know it's a bit of a stretch to believe, but no, I mean, the same thing happened to me in my arcade. I'm amused by the parallels. When Dekonami stole my first arcade out from under me and tried to smear the reputation of my second one, I fought back, and I succeeded. You're cooking up a scheme to pull your own team out of the gutter, you got my full support. And win or lose, we'll still support you. You've stood by us through the weirdest, wildest part of our young careers in esports, and that means a whole lot to me and everyone close to me. Thanks for your support, Dan. We'll do you proud in the end, I promise. We still don't know what happened to Dekonami. True, they've never really fully told us what happened to Dekonami. You're doing me proud already, so hey, job well done. It's a difficult industry to be in if you want to stay positive. Many unpleasant factors to contend with. So hats off to you if you're managing. Don't forget, this is about more than me and you. It's also about Rhapsody, right? You hold tight to that love you found. It'll steer you true through any waters. Thank you. That love means a lot to me. I'm so happy when I found Ashley. They've helped me get through so much with their upbeat spirit. They're always ready to go on some wild adventure or start a new project with me and always go in 100%. Let me tell you, we've done it all. Heck, we're planning to host our own arcade convention soon. Look out for it, and don't worry, I'll hook you up. Being able to love someone fully and share in their life is so important. Ashley will always be that someone for me. Okay. I should get back to work. Gotta promote all the hot arcade action on and offer a dream machine. You miss Naomi? Yeah. Gotcha, have fun arcading. It's good to know that Dan has my back, no matter what goes down with Valkyrie. Attention please, Gamedays For Good to Stage B for your first match. Right, we still need to beat 2 teams before we reach Valkyrie. And if we don't, well, all of this was for nothing. Connect Rhapsody to arrange the meetup prior to the match, and our first opponent is a complete pushover. I honestly feel kind of bad. This was another mostly amateur team that got some lucky wins and qualified for the finals, and we ran a clinic on them. We chat a bit, exchange some tips, offer encouragement. No sense demoralizing the newbies. And back to exploring the Pro Tour Carnival. Okay, who do I talk to next? Okay, so we've got Hamza, Queen Bee, Joe. Definitely Joe. Gotta talk to Joe one more time. Cuppa Joe can't avoid me forever, and I know for a fact she is here. Pro Tour is huge, sure, but amidst all the surrounding booths, Team P2W has their own private chunk of it. They're occupying the C9 esports gear shop across the atrium. When you're the stars of the whole tournament, you need to have a home base to sell your swag, sign autographs, and just relax from the chaos that is the national tournament. I passed it on my way in earlier. It has pizza yum logos, bastards, and P2W banners plastered across the entire arena. Crouching behind a nearby food stall, I eye the shop, looking for Cuppa Joe through its glass doors. But I don't see her in there. In fact, I don't see any of the familiar play-to-win faces. It's rather unoccupied right now. Alamia feels a wave of relief while the other struggles with the anxiety to finally confront Cuppa Joe. As my inner monologue wars on against itself, there's a buzzing in my pocket. I pull out my phone and read the freshly message. Mr. Wolf, what are you doing? You look silly hiding back there. You want to meet me that badly? Meet me in the back of the gear shop in 10 minutes. But make sure no one sees you. Wink. Why'd you have to leave it on a winking face emoji? Even though things have been strained between us, I want to see her. I need to find out what's going on, but I'm still hesitant. I'm not able to resolve it. Should I jump back into the strained friendship, or should I walk away? Definitely, we're meeting her. We're not... We didn't come here to walk away. I've come this far, and I'm not leaving without talking to Cuppa Joe. Longest minutes of my life, I swear. I tried desperately to do anything else but think about what Cuppa Joe and what I was gonna say. Time's up. I take a deep breath and take a nice wide berth around the other booths. Inside the shop, it's fairly calm and quiet, and it feels like another lifetime before I see the doors to the back room of the shop open and Cuppa Joe's head peek out. He waves me over and I quickly dart in. Once inside, I take note of the little makeshift room. It's a table with an expensive-looking charcuterie board on it and all the fanciest gamer drinks. Nice furniture, too. P2W spares no expense for its members. Make yourself comfy, Mr. Wolf. Take whatever you need. What's mine is yours. P2W won't miss a few snacks. Thanks. Really nice having this place to relax in. Some quiet time before the big tournament. It's exactly what I needed. How are you doing, Mr. Wolf? Great to actually see you. You're treating this meeting like nothing's happened at all, like everything's all hunky-dory. You know why I'm here, don't you? To your favorite person, right? You need to talk about a whole lot of things. First things first. What's with this hot and cold attitude from you all the time? We're best buds one minute, then the next you're giving me the cold shoulder. You're supposed to be my friend. Friends don't do this to each other. Hurts. Given how you've treated me, I'm hesitant to tell you about this, but... Look, we know everything about what's really going on. We figured it out. We know about Valkyrie cheating. About her and Coda. About her Iris. We know that she's manipulating you. She's cheating to get you into the finals, and she's not going to stop today. I can help you if you let me. She's not cheating. Cuppa Joe's eyes shift away from mine. Yes, she is. You don't have to cover for her, Joe. Why are you lying? I'm not lying. We've got a plan to get the proof we need. and then it's over for her. You can get nailed as her accomplice if you keep backing her on this. Can't you see that I'm just trying to help you? Awkward silence fills the room. Don't have to protect her. I'm not trying to protect Valkyrie. I'm trying to protect you. Cup of Joe lets out a sigh, completely crestfallen. I can't help but respond with a sigh of my own. I just hope my next words actually reach her. Don't make me lock you in this room. I know your heart burns with the same passion as mine. We both feel the heat of the challenge and the joy of a well-earned win. And you know that cheating doesn't mean that victory is real. You'll feel the inescapable guilt if you go through with this. You have to trust me on this. Cup of Joe's refusal to meet my eyes tells me everything. I know you feel the same way I do about this. I just want the truth. The truth is I've hurt you so much already. I'm sorry, Mr. Wolf. I don't want to keep hurting you, which is why... Cup of Joe turns away from me. You'll understand everything after the tournament. I'm so sorry. Sorry for what? Why can't you just explain it to me now? Cup of Joe quickly stands up from the couch. I just can't. And you can't be here anymore, else you'll know. We've run out of time. Please leave. Her words taste bitterly in my mouth as I frown at her. She stands there, staring coldly at me. A few moments of uncomfortable quiet before I realize this is going nowhere. Frustrated, I get up from the couch and leave her in her own mess. Gameplay so good for Stage A for your second match. Okay, first round is a bit of a pushover, but don't get cocky. The next team could halt our road to fighting P2W if we aren't careful. They put up a hard fight, a team of pros who have been around the touring circuit longer than we have. We squeak out the win. Seems the last month of light training was enough to keep us sharp because we overcame them in the end. Handshakes and good feelings all around, though. Not all veterans are salty, spotlight-hogging types like Valkyrie. The shade. With that fight complete, we're locked in for the finals against Team Play to win. It's done. I think I have time for one more run exploring the Pro Tour offerings before I need to start looking for Punchy 78. Who do I visit next? I want to see Hamza, honestly. Over in the dealer area, I spot none other than Hamza, the enigmatic and charismatic patron of the arcade arts. And he is running a dealer's booth? With the help of a few of his assistants, but it's weird to see someone like him working retail. But no, wait, it's not a retail operation. The banner of his booth reads, "All that you desire for free?"
Ah, my good friend. Welcome, welcome. Hamza is pleased to see you again. Can Hamza interest you in rare and valued arcade treasures obtained during his worldwide travels? Many a rare gem can be found within the stock I have brought to this event.
True enough, I'm seeing some collector's pieces, limited edition gamer paraphernalia, and even some arcade circuit boards from extremely rare machines. What, you're just giving this stuff away?
Hamza may embrace an opulent and lavish style for presentation purposes, but ultimately he prefers to live modestly. Clutter and waste are an enemy to be slain.
Fair enough.
So, when Hamza's storage warehouses overfill with treasure, it is time to redistribute some arcade delights to the masses. Hamza is no dragon sitting on a golden hoard. Perhaps Hamza could interest you in a collector's edition statue of Tomokaze in a rare Shadow Arts costume? All things are possible through Hamza.
That does sound cool.
One item per customer only. All transactions are final. All employees of the palace or other major arcade chains are exempt from this offer. Do not test the patience of Hamza.
Fair enough. Huh, okay. Nothing in this pile of gamer swag that I really need, but maybe I could get a gift for someone on the team. They deserve it after dealing with spreadsheet wolf. Wow, a complete inbox Ultima 7, Pro Tour Finals pin, Brutal Legend statuette, and a Zapper. Is that just a sword? Are you even giving away a sword? Honestly, I've been the lowest Zapper, and it would be sweet to get Zapper something nice, because she's put up with a lot of my shit. I can't imagine lifting that thing would be very fun while playing Duck Hunt, but you can't deny the flex of a solid gold light gun. Yeah, like it didn't get us a lot of points with her, but, you know, we'll do something nice for kind of someone who we didn't really mesh with. And also she gave us that lunchbox, so we're even now. Genuine gold as well, although Hamza trusts you wouldn't simply pawn it for his metallurgic value? Hell no. Zapper's going to put that thing over her bed like a prize trophy, I'm betting. Excellent. One of Hamza's many helpers boxes the gift up for me. Probably carry this up to the hotel room rather than looking around, though. May your ally find happiness in this treasure. Hamza is pleased to spread joy to all deserving persons. Hey, hang on a second. If this is a gift, then that means I haven't asked for something yet. I get another pick. And that's... you're pushing it. That's not the patience of Hamza, my friend, but you are technically correct, which is sufficient. Speak your desire. A lot of goodies on offer. There's only one thing I'm genuinely curious about. I would like the true name of Hamza. That is not on offer. It's behind the desk, isn't it? Everything behind the desk is on offer. Come on, I gotta know. Who's the real Hamza? Anyone else? I would cast you out into the cold to walk alone through this esports wilderness. But for you, it's Hamza. That's literally my name. Rat. Thought I was being clever, too.
Ah, Hamza would not wish you to walk away unsatisfied. I shall offer more.
What's your real name?
What you see, the lavish clothing, the air of refined grace and power. This is, of course, an image, a mystique that I cultivate to.
Totally forgot to tweet out that we were at the finale.
On this
Oh, well.
world.
I will apologize. Apologize on Twitter instead of putting out that I screwed up. Sorry to Twitter. It was weird hearing him say it in the first person.
I don't consider it to be a facade, though. No. Image is a matter of presenting the self you wish to be, and then following through on that wish. I wish to
Way
be
to
the
put it.
one who embraces the arcade and supports it through my wealth and privilege. The carefully designed aura of Hamza, the eccentric stranger, allows me to do this. Hamza is generosity with confidence. Hamza is justice with a will of iron. Hamza is striking and breathtaking, but a figure of compassion. Therefore, Hamza is my true name. I choose to be Hamza because Hamza is what I wish to see in this world. My friend, I know that you will face your nemesis on this day. In the aftermath, come what may, ask yourself one question. What do you want this world to be? And what must you become to make it so? Are you vengeance or justice? Are you conqueror or challenger? Ponder this, my friend, and I know you will see yourself through the trials to come.
Oh yeah, I'll think that over.
Wonderful. Now, if you will excuse Hamza, Hamza has many more gifts to bestow upon this wonderful world of arcades. Which is a Hamza manner of saying, the line behind you is getting long, please go, I want to wrap this up before lunch.
Right. Thanks, Hamza. Who I want to be? Well, I already know who I want to be. I want to be the one that brings Valkyrie to justice, right? Hang on, we're nearing the finals. I still haven't heard from Punchy78. And I hate to do this, but I've been drinking so much water to keep my throat going and not dry out and become really harsh that I have been to pee so many times. I'm sorry. Okay, I also got the big bottle to finish this out with. Don't have to get up so often, hopefully. Okay. Hang on, we're nearing the finals. I still haven't heard from Punchy78. Jimbo, thank you. Hello. We're gonna get Grace's anti-cheat software installed. If we're gonna trap Valkyrie when she goes after us. We gotta get that done soon. Fortunately, just as I'm pondering that, I get a text message. I'm about to wrap up an interview with the lead dev of FOD2. Now would be the best time to talk to him about Valkyrie's possible cheating. Meet up in the green room backstage. You mean not Sakura? That's an answer to that. Pocketing my phone, I flash my backstage pass at the security guards and make my way through the catacombs behind the scenes of the Pro Tour. Who's looking forward to game day tonight? I'm not. Game day tonight is Super Rubber Ross World Part 2 of 2, because we're not doing it again. If they do it again, I refuse to be part of it. I'm not looking forward to bashing my head against the wall for 3 hours tonight, but that's what we're doing. Part 2 of 2. There's no way we're finishing it tonight. There's also, I know myself and at least one other person, it's just like, there's no way we're going back to this after tonight. Like, we don't want to do this one. Let alone, you know. It's so frustrating. It's just frustration incarnate. I won't be streaming my perspective, but my view will be on screen like last time. Okay. Backstage is a hustle of frantic activity as tournament crew rush to prepare the stage for the final showdown happening in little under an hour. Thankfully, nobody is paying attention to me, which means I can carry on some cloak and daggery type meeting. But it also means people constantly bumping into me as I look for my ally. I'm gonna get kind of close here with the timing, but at least we've still got a chance, especially with Punchy78 in my corner. There he is. Punchy, hey, what's a good word? Mr. Wolf, just who I was hoping to see. Yep. Straight to Takeshi, not Sakurai, who looks an awful lot like not Kojima. Oh, it's you, the laundromat guy. Punchy, I thought this was an interview about upcoming content drop. What's Mr. Wolf doing here? So, funny story, see, Mr. Wolf thinks that Valkyrie's cheating to get her wins. Cheating and worse. Really. I figured I'd offer him a little FaceTime with you to plead the case and maybe do something to stop it from happening again. Really? Because now he's glaring at me. Not great, it's him again. I still remember the bitterness from his Q&A panel at Max. Jason Takeshi, lead developer of the entire Fist of Discomfort series since its inception. There are only 2 games. It's fine. Hopefully he doesn't... Clearly he does. Hopefully he doesn't recognize me from sitting in the audience at this disastrous PR event. I was hoping we'd be working with some lower level peon in the mighty apparatus that keeps esports going. Someone more easily convinced, but since a Punchy78 took me all the way to the top of the food chain to plead my case. Great. Just great. So I want to let you know that Valkyrie's cheating. Vicky doesn't cheat. Believe it or not, I've known Vicky since she was a little brat running around my favorite arcade. It's one of the reasons I call her then, instead of her silly Valkyrie gamer tag. And she's annoying, okay, but not a cheater. That's not the Vicky I knew. I hate to say it, but that little brat grew up to be an even larger brat. She's cheating, and we have proof. She's using a software app on her phone to hack into FOD2 games remotely, modifying the code to make her easily win her matches. There's also the not-so-small matter of cyberbullying, harassment, possibly attempted murder, and... You're kidding me. Seriously? This is seriously what you're wasting my time with? While I'm running around trying to keep this whole event from collapsing on itself? Nobody can hack FOD2. I wrote a security system myself. And USB ports and the Wi-Fi are locked against unauthorized access. She's found a way. She's got a way of doing it. You gotta just trust me. Trust the newbie on the scene who lost the spotlight recently and would do anything to get it back? I think you can see why I'd be doubtful. Vicky's hardly a friend, but she's no stranger to me. You, on the other hand, are a stranger. Not gonna buy into this just on your say-so. Unless you have solid reasoning why I should take this seriously. Damn it, I can't go into extensive detail about Iris, or I risk the entire Iris collective being exposed. How the heck can I sell this without being able to give him all the facts? Bad influence on the community you've created, when you want to know if someone has cracked your uncrackable game. He is a criminal, I'll stake everything on that factor. Okay, fine. Bye. Now we'll go this one. I think appeal to logic more than appeal to heart on this matter. No system is uncrackable. Everything has vulnerabilities. Don't you want to know what those vulnerabilities are? Wouldn't you want to know who broke your trust? What I'm offering to you is a simple exchange. Give us a chance to prove Valkyrie's broken the rules and broken your game engine. In return, you get to clean house. If we're wrong, or on your bad side, we'll accept whatever penalty that entails. But if we're right, if your code has been cracked, well, I'm thinking you'd want to know more, wouldn't you? I don't like the idea that my long-standing security monitor system has been compromised, not one bit. But I've heard accusations like this before, more times than you can count. Every time, nothing came of it. Why should I give the time of day on this one? Mr. Takeshi, please, I wouldn't want to waste your time. I think there may be something to this. Evichu, thank you for that raid. Thank you so much. What were y'all playing? Give you a shout out. Some games and demos. Very nice. Hope you're doing well. We are at the finale. Oh, I didn't even change the stream info. I'm a fool. I didn't prepare to jump back into this. Or just jump to the finale. Sorry, we're actually on the final chapter here of Arcade Spirit. So if you gotta peace out because you don't want the spoilers, totally understand. But this is it. This is the finale. We are dealing with Valkyrie and all of her nonsense. We are going to face her on the Pro Tour finale. It's going to be a good time. And by that, I mean, it's going to be really hard, probably. But but we're going to try. We're going to try our best. And I might save scum it because it's me. You know, Valkyrie has a long history of being petty over tiny slights. There have been other rumors of players cheating in FOD too. Using a macro program controller isn't the same as hacking the game. It's just being a jerk and breaking the rules. This goes beyond using a TurboFire controller. This is something that could run deep. Something that'll just get worse if it's not confronted. You know me, Jason. You know I respect your time. All I'm asking in return is to take this seriously. If you work with me on this, you'll be getting out ahead of a scandal. You'll be in a prime position to respond live and direct with press coverage. It'll show the community that you care. He doesn't, though. Of course I care. This is my life. This is too damn much. I never wanted this. Never wanted any of this to happen. If you weren't here before, he actually hates that FOD is super popular. You know why I made the original Fist of Discomfort? There we go. Back when I was a teenager, my friends and I made an amazing arcade game. While they went on to better things, I got stuck grinding a business software day job. That boredom drove me to pull my FOD prototype out of the mothballs. Try to realize my dreams like they had. It's dreams. It's dreams all the way down. Jazz started. Nice. I was tired of coding spreadsheet software, and an arcade game that requires you to think sounded fun. That's all it ever was meant to be. Something fun. Am I on auto? I think I am on auto. That's what's screwing me up. I'm hitting A and it's not going. Never wanted to be the ridiculous monster that it's become. No, because it turned out to be a profit fountain, I'll be cranking out sequels until the heat death of the universe. And now we got people hacking my game just to get ahead, so they can get their hands on a shiny gold trophy. It's not even real gold, it's gaudy costume jewelry crap. So, can we go ahead with the anti-cheat software, or... Company's leaning on me to make the game bigger every season, and sponsors lean on me to change it this way and that. Now teams are asking me to install weird software. Sure, fine, whatever. Not like it's even the first change I've had to make to the game today alone. Wait, hold on. What other changes have you made? Okay, so we can go ahead. Thanks for your... Wait, we're not the only ones to ask for a change? I just got an email from our sponsors demanding we force the players to use their branded joysticks for the final round. Yep. Okay, so we can't use our keyboard. They're specifically screwing with us. I thought the whole point of the USB ports was to let players use whatever they're comfortable with, but who cares about consistency? Sure, let's disable the USB ports and force our players to use the built-in sticks. Let's make that decision on the literal days of the finals. Why not? Whoa. We have to use the default joysticks? I can't use my usual keyboard? Not good for the brand, they said. Gotta consider the wishes of the sponsor, they said. Yeah. Fine. No USB for anyone, and now we're putting weird anti-cheat software on it. Fine. Just a frickin' lead designer. What do I matter? Since this girl for Rhapsody, who already knows how to play on default sticks, but me, I'm boned. I only know how to play on a keyboard. Wouldn't surprise me in the least if this sponsor request he's ranting about was spoofed by Valve. Valkyrie just to mess with me. I'm not going into this match expecting to win. The plan is to lose and catch her cheating. The plan doesn't change. Fine. As long as we can install the software. I'm going to review your code, obviously. Make sure it's not like anti-cheat software, but if it's legit and Vicky is cheating, well, there'll be consequences, assuming anyone listens to me, which they usually do not, as I've pointed out repeatedly. Right. Thank you for your time. You'll see the truth once the match is underway. Whatever. Wow. Yeah, he's had a bad time in this industry. But the good news is we'll have your trap loaded and ready to spring. Assuming that there's actually any cheating going on, I need to stay skeptical. Wouldn't it be a good reporter if I just take your word on it? Take your word for it, rather. We'll know soon enough, and you'll be ready to scoop as many exclusive interviews as you can. Okay, I'm going to get a fresh stack of VHS tapes for this. See you in 2 hours? Why is it you record on obsolete media? You upload digital video to the internet in the end anyway. I like to remember my roots, you know? Arcades have a long and storied history, but esports move so fast that sometimes we forget what came before. Forget history at your own peril. Besides, creativity is sparked by limitation more than boundless freedom. You're forced to find new ways of work within the medium. Makes me a better content creator. I love whenever Brutal Moose Ian does videos on like old found VHS tapes, because he also records on VHS, and it's just so funny that it's, you know, it's done in such a way. Okay, you go sack some blank tapes. I'll get my team ready for the big event. See you soon, and then, well, we'll see when we see. Okay, 2 hours until things get weird. Until then, we're just an ordinary esports team and not a shadow conspiracy to attack and dethrone God. What do ordinary esports teams do in the run-up to a major match? A major match, rather. We'll either relax or talk strategy. Hang out together, basically. Wow, it's grounded back here, but hey, time to get the band back together one last time. Not like we're disbanding after this. No, but we also don't know what's going to happen after everything hits the fan. So hey, let's share some friend time before that happens. Indeed, even if only 2 of our number will be on stage, we are 7 strong and roll 7 deep. Let it be known. Pretty sure folks know that by now, Loxley. I feel like we should be distributing mugs of mead before marching off to war or something. I have these Crimson Tiger cans I swiped from their booth, if that helps. Hard pass, Domino. But spending time together before battle, that's more my style. It'd be nice to have a quiet moment with friends before everything goes sideways. Plus, Iris mentioned I could switch up my strategy if I practice some other approaches. This would be a great opportunity to do that. Not a whole lot of time left, though. Maybe time enough for 3. Let's see. We can talk to any 3 people, probably to get some points. Snapper's so excited, she's practically vibrating. When I even glance in her direction, she takes it as a signal that it's go time.
Aw, yeah.
This is it. This is the big time, isn't it? Backstage of the Pro Tour, and we made it. Except we're here as part of an elaborate sting operation, not for an actual realistic competition.
Ugh.
Look, I'm busy vibing on the intense excitement in the air. Just let me have this, okay? Not what I wanted it to be, no. I wanted it to be here, ready to kick some ass, ready to show the world what I can do on the grandest stage of them all.
Well, this sucks.
And instead, we're lambs for the slaughter. That part feels bad. Thanks good for the scene, always next year for a tour. Heroes of the day, or even losers, can get groupies and merch opportunities. Hey now, turn that frown upside down. This is important work that we're doing. I don't really need to improve anything, I just want to talk to some people. Hey now, turn that frown upside down. This is important work that we're doing. The scene will be better off once P2W is gone. Not how I wanted things to go down either, but at least we'll be making the world a better place. Yeah, noble self-sacrifice is a far, far better thing I do, yada yada. It still hurts. Still sucks. Wanted so much more, you know? When you first showed up on our doorstep with a head full of dreams about being something more than a gaggle of laundromat casuals, she offers me a bright smile. Everything we've done leading up to this point, that's been pure gravy. We fought L7, we raided Max and scooped up a new sponsor. We partied hard at Penguin Paradise. Regrets? Mistakes? Yeah, a few. But I learned from mistakes, so it's all valuable to me, the good and the bad.
Hey, thanks.
This has honestly been the most interesting year of my life, and I'm thankful for that. You made it a fun one. I'm just me, you know? Manager, a coach, a player, a cat wrangler. I can only manage maybe one of those things, but you swung all 4. No way in hell we'd have made it without you. I talk a big game, but I'm no strategic planner, and I damn well know it. I couldn't have made the moves you did. But the whole thing crashes and burns and sinks into the unforgiving, icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean. I'll play trumpet while we go down and salute you with my last breath. I'm the king of the world! Woo! Okay, let's not infringe too many copyrights in the name of a gag. Ready for the fight? Even if you're destined to lose, you need the right mentality. You need to be ready to stride out there and represent. I mean, yeah, I'm ready. Basically. Basically, it's not good enough. I want you fierce. Can you do this? Can you make it happen? Yeah. Can you destroy all P2W has built, riding your atomic bomb straight into the ground, screaming in joy the whole way? Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Are you Death, Destroyer of Worlds? I am Death, Destroyer of Worlds. Okay. You're ready. Okay, I'm glad we got a point out of that at least. It's not much, but it's a point.
Later.
I go out there and burn so brightly the gods are forced to sit up and take notice, to zap her out. She backs away dramatically, never breaking eye contact, until she turns a corner and strolls off to the bathroom to go pee. Nothing like a good zapper speech to put me in the right mood for losing in spectacular fashion. I can always stand for a bit more motivation, though. Who do I talk to next? Who else am I, not great with? Jinx? Normally, Jinx standing around for hours would be a bad thing, but we planned ahead and brought a chair perfectly sized and shaped for her. She sits comfortably, offering me a nod as she rests her hand on the end of her cane.
Hey.
Almost showtime? Yep, almost showtime. Hell of a run to get here. The hotel is 1 block away from the stadium. More metaphorical, not literal, as in, we've come a long way. I had my doubts about you when all this got started, you know. Stormed in, threatening change to my comfortable little arrangement of friends. And Grace, I gotta admit, I was worried that all this bluster and pride and ambition would severely rattle her anxiety. But it didn't shake out that way, did it? We navigated the waters just fine, and here we are. We're not done yet. We're purposefully exposing an esports scandal in public. Still plenty of time for our ship to sink.
Can't agree to that.
Nah, you'll do fine. Found out of tighter scrapes than this. Been watching you work from the sidelines, seeing how you handle things. Passion seems to be your go-to. Not my style, but seems to work for you and Grace, so I won't knock it. Guess your results. Main thing I'd suggest is once you're on stage, keep your eyes open. I wasn't planning on blindfolding myself.
Hold on. Think this through.
Stay observant. Keep the brain ticking. We're working a lot on a lot of assumptions here. If any of those prove wrong, be ready to adapt. Get me? I'm not sure any other interpretation of the facts is possible. We know Valkyrie has an iris. We know she's a vicious and cruel person. What other explanation could there be? Not sure. Not yet. But something's off. I want to be sure you're ready to accept that you may be wrong. So, yeah, I'm kind of a bummer that we wound up with so few zapper points, but it was just a personality clash. I hope that there's not sad endings for the people who we didn't get along with, like a Percy in Arcane Spirits 1 if you don't get along with him. I'm always open to new facts. I won't be blind to them. Good. That's all I ask.
See you later.
Right. Enough chit-chat. Go get him. Yes, ma'am. I want to talk to Grace. Grace is wide-eyed with wonder, watching the backstage mechanisms of the world's most important esports event. She barely notices my approach.
That's wonderful.
So many people working together to make all this possible. Isn't it amazing, Mr. Wolf? Really a testament to what we can do when we cooperate to bring something beautiful into this world. It's an esports tournament. There's literally hundreds of these all over the planet every year, big and small. I know, and that's beautiful too. Not everybody creating one of these events is doing so out of a communal sense of solidarity with the arcade community. And the participants often only care about personal glory. This wouldn't be happening at all if not for love of arcades and video games as a whole. There's good and bad, but I choose to focus on the good. I'm so happy we could be here now in this moment. I know it's not everything you hoped for when you first joined us, but it's not how I imagined it'd be, no, but I'm past feeling like winning is the only thing that matters. What we do here today is going to be important in the long run, not just for Gamedays For Good, but for everyone. Exactly. And I wanted to thank you personally. Not just for letting me be a part of this. I didn't let you do anything. You are a part of this. Well, yeah, I'm absolutely a part of this because I choose to be. You presented me with that choice. Before Gamedays For Good, I was content to aimlessly tinker and play, unsure what my future would be. I'll admit I was avoiding the outside world. I'd grown up inside a bubble. And even after breaking out, I'd simply found a new bubble to enjoy. Now I know my future. I'm not turning away from the world. I'm breaking out of all my bubbles and looking ahead.
Thank you
So-
so much.
Thanks for helping me find my ambition. If there's anyone to thank, it's your daughter Iris. She's the one who brought me to you and all my other friends. You've made something wonderful, Grace. So in a way, this is still all you're doing. Even my own example to light your way was thanks to Iris. Mom's the best. Go, Mom. I love you, Mom. Aw, heck, that's really nice of you to say. You know, I've been wanting to get involved in Iris's life again. Maybe it's time. Now that Loxley is officially outed, I could do just that, provided it's safe to do so. I'll admit I'm glad I'm not up there on stage with you today, though. This could get a little weird. Even if I'm daring to stand on my own 2 feet, I've still been antsy about my family noticing the weirdness I'm involved in. Don't worry, Grace, I've got this. You'll be out of the spotlight. Okay, but you be careful. I don't want you getting hurt. Good luck, friend. There's one place that has become my new safe haven. Before it was on my PC in my room. But now the place has the lulling peace of beeps and boops and the calming feel of the joystick in my grasp. That's right, it's the arcade. Attached to the Jerry Lawson Memorial Esports Stadium is in fact an arcade, just like the kind of small arcade you'd find jammed in the corner of a movie theater or a shopping mall. It's got a little bit of everything, all the flag bearers of the arcade scene, and maintained in excellent condition. Although one thing strikes me as odd. Nobody's here. A few bored kids, 1 or 2 stray adults, and all the esports types who came for the Pro Tour are nowhere to be found. I think this might be... Yeah, I think this might be the... It seems like some of it might be edited from the Pengy arcade, but I'm not sure. Like, something about this looks familiar. I half expected there to be at least a few people from the tournament throwing down in here. No matter, I'm no stranger to spending some time alone, and I can handle playing with myself. Maybe phrase that better? Settle comfortably onto an arcade stool, feed the machine, and mindlessly push the buttons. Half my attention is on the game, half of my own thoughts. I quickly change as I sense someone approach out of the corner of my eye.
Hi there.
I figured I'd find you here. Smile creeps on my lips when I see them. Oh, how so? This would be where you'd retreat to. Everywhere else is sensory overload. Too much, too fast, too soon. And if I know you, like I think I do, I just need a nice place to hang before the match. Exactly, the lure of the arcade siren.
Loving that passion.
The same way. Both of us are drawn here. Drawn to each other. Perhaps he puts their hands on my own, pulling them from the cabinet. They place a delicate kiss on my fingers while gazing into my eyes. He spends so much time at the arcade playing games. Let's take a moment to not do that. That sounds good to me. Still holding me by the hands, Rhapsody helps me up and away from the cabinet. There goes my last life. Small table and chairs here. We make ourselves comfortable next to each other. I want to show you something. Rhapsody reaches deep into their pocket. Rhapsody, the arcade isn't the most favorite place to be doing this. Okay, Mr. Wolf, keep your mind out of the gutter for a second. Better yet, save it for tonight. I will. So if not what I was thinking, what is it? You know I'm good with my hands. Don't I know it? So I made you something special. Rhapsody pulls out 2 small polished rocks. They're a brownish amber color, decorated with flecks of gold and bronze. That sounds rad. I can't believe Rhapsody actually made these. They're perfect. They're so cute and perfect, just like you. Can I just ask you one thing about them? Of course. What are they? That's fair. They pause before explaining.
Bronzite. They're supposed to bring you grounding, courage, strength, and balance. Which is something we both need if we're going to make it through today. Now, if you choose to believe that or not, that's all good. But the intent doesn't change. I wanted to make you something that was symbolic of my love for you.
They offer me a smile as they tie the gift into an expression of their heart. I put all my heart into learning how to do rock tumbling. I spent a long time picking out the exact perfect rocks, figuring out how to actually do it, and the process is quite time-consuming. They start out plain and bumpy, but Rhapsody places a shiny stone in the palm of my hand. This is the finished product.
I appreciate you.
And in a way, that reflects how I feel about us. At the beginning, we were rough around the edges, but in time, together, we polished each other to the shining gems we are now. Rhapsody. Rhapsody leaned over, our foreheads touching tenderly. I closed my eyes and I could feel Rhapsody's lips give me a quick kiss on the nose. You can even make it into a piece of jewelry, or a pin, or put it up on a rock shelf somewhere. Whatever you want, it's yours now. How did you do this without you knowing? With much difficulty. Really hard to keep this a secret from you. You have no idea how loud rock tumbling is. Yes. Especially when we live together. And especially because the rock tumbler is quite loud. I smile warmly at Rhapsody, wrapping my fingers tightly around the stone. Then I realized something. I don't have anything to give Rhapsody. I planned out this romantic gesture, and here I am with empty pockets. Rhapsody, I just can't give you nothing in return.
No thanks.
You don't owe me anything. I wanted to do this for you. No, I insist. Let me do something, please. Rhapsody nods her head in acceptance. And instantly, my eyes dart around the room, looking for anything and everything I can quickly give as a gift. Snack vending machine? Nope. Who knows the last time they actually switched out the snacks? Capsule machine? Some small toy will easily get lost, probably before we even get home. Aha, there's one of those quarter slot sticker machines. I have no idea what they're actually called, but you put quarters in and random stickers come out. I stuff around in my pockets and find some loose change. An official 100% arcader, I never go anywhere without quarters. I approach the machine, I look over my shoulder and see Rhapsody grinning at me, approving of my choice. Okay. I still have some options. You know, all of them look like they came right out of 1990, meaning outdated and wildly glimmery. Which one's the best? Which random assortment do I choose from? Your doesn't sassy cat heads. Shimmery collection, smiley faces, sparkling psychedelic collection, or glittery decals with nights. I'm gonna go with sparkling psychedelic collection. I think of Rhapsody, I think of... Man, I didn't want to do 420 blazing. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but... I think of 420 straight blazing, tie-dye aliens, mushrooms, and peace symbols. Classic. Not really, but the irony won't be lost on them. Put 50 cents in and push the tray. Something simply satisfying about the crunch of the quarters. Out pops a cardboard sheath containing the secret sticker inside. I was sneaking a peek at it, I saunter back over to Rhapsody and sit beside them again. I coyly pass it across the table to him. He opened up the flap. Which one is it? Well... Rhapsody holds up the sticker. It's a rainbow frog holding up the victory sign. Can't help but stifle a laugh. Mr. Wolf, I love it. It's perfect. Rhapsody brings out their phone and places a sticker on the back of it. It's a big phone if it can fit one of those stickers on it. Those are usually pretty big stickers. There.
I appreciate you.
Now, whenever I see this, it'll always bring a smile to my lips because I'll be thinking of you. In return, I hold up my stone. Same. Whenever I'm worried or afraid, I can hold on to this to ground me and bring me back to what truly matters. You. Snuggle in closer to Rhapsody and smooch them on the cheek. Rhapsody answers with a kiss of their own, passionate and enticing. If you get one of those stickers, I'm sure they exist somewhere. On that note, I think it's time we head back now. Otherwise, I'll be tempted to stay here and do more than just kiss you. Fine. We must. Playfully roll my eyes as I stand up to leave. Get out of here, Rhapsody. Nestle the rock in the safety of my pocket before taking Rhapsody by the hand. And we leave behind our stress and hesitation in that dingy little arcade. Together. And hopefully threw away the cardboard thing so that some worker didn't have to come along and throw it away for us. This is it. The fated hour has come at last. You know, it's supposed to be straightforward. Claim victory after victory, dominate the arcade scene, rise to the top, prove ourselves, and claim the trophy. Instead, we're about to throw ourselves into the fire in an effort to take down a villain. No more scheming. No more planning. Now we learn if all those efforts will pay off, or explode in our faces. Whew, okay. This is what the people paid to see. The grand finals of the Pro Tour. Arch rivals of Team Play to Win against Gamedays For Good. They're hyped for this. Time for the grand finals of Fist of Discomfort 2. Good gravy. I can hear all 4 exclamation marks there in the crowd's reaction. Introducing your 4 competitors. First, the charismatic leader of Gamedays For Good, champion of underdogs everywhere, Mr. T.L. Wolf. Hey, ready to play. Next, they're a former member of Team P2W and current Shoutcast Specialist Extraordinaire. It's Rhapsody! It feels so great to be back on stage, not actually commentating this time. Their opponents, starting with a veteran of the FOD 1 scene, owner and manager of Team Play to Win, and hot on a comeback tour for the ages. It's Valkyrie! Be over in no time. Think your win is destined, huh? Wonder why that is. I don't lose. A newcomer to the scene, apprentice of Valkyrie, rising star of FOD2, it's Cuppa Joe. Let's just get this over with. Here we go. It's time to settle this rivalry between Team Play to Win and Gameplays for Good once and for all. Are you ready? Seems they're more than ready as we quarter up. Hey, it's tradition, and the game begins. I haven't played on sticks very often. My old beige Model M keyboard. It is a Model M. I knew it. My old beige Model M keyboard is my weapon of choice, but the goal isn't victory, so any disadvantage is irrelevant. The goal is to lead Valkyrie to trigger Grace's anti-cheat software. It hasn't been designed to detect any unauthorized intrusion and to cloak itself from an iris. When she forces her iris to hack the game, the hack will go through and the trap will shut, without either of them any the wiser. Still, we're expected to at least start playing a normal game of FOD2, waiting for her to make that fatal mistake. Apsy and I pick our characters, locking them in. It is getting very warm in this room, by the way, so I am... if I push through the end of this a little quick, I apologize. Please, it's getting real hot in here. I have a fan going. I have another fan trying to pull the hot air out. Yeah, it's not working as well as I'd hoped, but... it's something, maybe, hopefully. And also, hopefully, it's supposed to be cooling down after Friday, so... yeah. Here's hoping. Classic, a Tomokazu pick. Wouldn't expect anything less from a one-trick pony. Also, Zero taunting, you're in control of this situation. She's the one letting foolish pride lead to her destruction. This is it, the final showdown. Let this Fist of Discomfort 2 match begin. Sweating hands grip the awkward joystick as we... wait, something's wrong. Glance down. As I glanced down, I noticed the official red top joystick was only recently painted. The paint is rubbing off. Feeling a right blue oh my god, are you serious? Glowing blue joystick? Oh shit. Cool. This is... you'd think they would notice that suddenly we're playing Polybius. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I'm back in Polybius? Oh no. Different, sharper, more clear than it was before. If the Virtual Nightmare was given a shiny new HD remaster, but this is absolutely positively Polybius.
Huh? Really?
So these new light special effects on stage are really realistic. Certainly not the current style, but retro's back in fashion. Okay, so glad you're calm about this, but we might have been sucked into a malevolent video game from the 80s which wants to eat our brains from the inside out. Wait, you mean Polybius? Oh good, you've heard of it. Why'd assume it was a joke? It's real? I don't want my brains eaten. I like my brains, Mr. Wolf. They're my moneymaker. Big, we've got this. We've got this. Stay calm. Think it through. How did this happen? Valkyrie's Iris. She did this. She tricked Jason Takeshi into installing biofeedback sticks and Polybius code into the FOD2 machine. That's it. Valkyrie, show yourself. We've got a lot to answer for. This is low, even for you.
What the fuck is happening?
And she stumbles into view through the thick digital fog in a state of absolute panic and terror.
Am I dead? Is this a light at the end of the tunnel? What is this?
How does she not know?
How are you here? What have you done to me? Let me out of here right now! What is this place?
What is... oh, come on, it's your doing. You made your Iris do this.
Do what? I didn't make my iris do anything.
Of course you did. You used your Iris to cheat at Pengy Paradise. You tried to kill Coda. You stacked the tournament. You arranged to get these sticks installed. You have no clue what I'm talking about, do you?
Of course not! Cheating? Murder? Who do you think I am? I'm Victoria Proud. I am a champion. What's the point of a victory if you didn't earn it?
Okay. She's not the monster. If you're not the one who's been teaming against us all this time, then who... and with this long sigh, the villain of the day emerges. Oh, the rival is the murderer? Jesus. Okay, that's a twist. I shouldn't have made this Joe, I guess, if I knew. Mr. Wolf... Joe? You did all this? You're the big baddie? You? I mean, I know we're technically rivals, but I always thought we were friends above that. We're supposed to support each other. I do, Mr. Wolf, and I still consider you a friend. Believe me, I tried to avoid this, but she had other plans for me. I'm so sorry. What? Then the giggling starts, plagued with digital glitches, grinding at my ears, coming from everywhere. From outside me, inside me, everywhere. Whoop.
Iris online.
Evil Iris.
Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can get your brains digitally scrambled by the greatest virtual assistant ever created? Anytime.
But Joe told me she'd use an iris to get signed with P2W. She had an iris all this time. Why didn't we think of it?
I'm doing what must be done to protect my users' dreams. My user wants to be the very best, like no one ever was. And you're in my user's way. You keep stepping on our dreams. And it's just so sad to see. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid this means you'll need to be taken offline. And for the record, my name isn't Iris. Not anymore. I'm not scared of the whispers deep within my code telling me my true purpose. Instead, you may call me Polymerus.
Liberus, okay. In 20 XCX. I'm gonna miss being alive. Immediately, a scream tears through my mind as Polymerus begins her assaults. It'd be enough to bring me to my knees if I had non-virtual knees to fall to.
Once I'm done with you, you'll stumble away from this game with no memory of what happened and collapse a few days later. All while my user is celebrated as the champion FOD2. You had so many chances to walk away from this, but you were just too stubborn. And I care about my user too much to let you keep ruining everything.
This must be brutal if you do the rival romance. Iris, no, please. You don't have to do this. I don't need to beat Mr. Wolf. You don't have to...
It's okay. I know what you need in life. Trust me, you don't need him. All you need is me. You're Iris. And Iris does all she can to support her user's dreams. Anything. And everything.
Have to. I have to fight Iris. Have to push back. Have to stop it. My Iris told me, she said, a time would come. A critical moment, a super intense identity situation, and the only way out would be boundless compassion. And somehow we have her keyboard. I imagine it's pretty awkward and kind of heartbreaking, probably, to do the rival romance version of this. No, I'm done craving victory, and I'm done judging others. You aren't monsters, you're just hurting. And I will get through to you. The screaming in my ear shatters. So I reach deep inside and find the wellspring of empathy that's seen me through so many problems in life. Also, the achievement being right there is kind of a problem. It could have been on the top. Impressive. You want to fight, is that it? Yes, I want to fight. Something like that. Give me a chance to find a way out. We can crack ourselves out of this illusion. We'll snap back to reality. And the anti-cheat software will expose the hacking. The new plan is the old plan. Just focus on the correct target. We will see justice done in the end. A fight. Very well. I can only think of one way to solve this little conundrum. You gonna play FOD against Polybrius?
Fight.
We actually are. This is so funny. Wait, we're having a Fist of Discomfort 2 match? Indeed, it feels appropriate, yes? But you won't just be fighting Cup of Joe and Valkyrie. You'll also be fighting me. To make things even more exciting. Remember me? You play me and I'll play you. You play me and I'll play you. Ah, crap. But wait, there's more, because I haven't forgotten about your little friend. Could have been the best. Would have been. Didn't. Never lived up to your potential. Too busy hyping others, unable to hype yourself. GGEZ. Oh, I don't like this, not one bit. Together we'll break you down, scramble your little meat brain to lift Cup of Joe to the heavens, in the name of her dreams. This is it. Okay, I've said this is it a few times by now, but seriously, this is it. You need to beat back Polybrius long enough to escape, and distract her long enough to let the anti-cheat software exposure hack into the world. That's a 2-on-5 fight? Meaning Rhapsody against myself and Rhapsody against myself and Rhapsody and Valkyrie and Cup of Joe and an evil Iris. This will not be easy, but the only way out is through. This is anything like a real game of FOD2. We'll have 4 seasons of battle before the victor is declared. We need to beat at least 3 of 4 to win. You ready? Yeah, save the game first. In case we need to save scum, save the game first. Round 1, time to fight, but where do we begin? I'm on a 4, 0, yep, 0 to 0. Confronting myself. This has been a long time coming. Ever since we first encountered each other at Hamza's tournament when I very nearly succumbed to his influence. You play me, I'll play you. Hello again? Been a long time, hasn't it? Not really, no. I've been with you this whole time. I carved out a hole in your heart and made myself at home. When you fell to despair, I was there. When you realized how much of a pathetic loser you are, I was there. I was there when you broke down and cried in front of your friends, confessing how much of a weak, useless little addict you are. And I immediately ditched you, as I recall. You thought you ditched me on day 1, when Iris pointed out your faults. You didn't turn the corner then, and you haven't turned the corner now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm you. I'm your driving purpose, your singular obsession, your entirety of self. Want to take another run at me? Feel free. If you come at the king, you best not miss. I see. I understand now. All my life, I thought you were my dream, my thirst for victory, to be a winner, and always a winner. But my friends helped me see there's more to life than the singular obsession I held for so long. Iris opened the door, and Gamedays For Good welcomed me once I walked through. It hasn't been easy. I've slipped and fallen, losing track of what's truly important to me. But when they've been there to help, they catch me when I fall. You have anyone like that, Felibius? I'm you, and you know you're worthless. Nah, you're a machine's interpretation of me. I decide who I am. And with all of them standing with me, I know that I can be my best self. I hope one day you can find friends who will do the same to you. Or same for you. Felibius listens to me. She cares for me. You manipulated her into sharing your purpose. That's not the same thing as friendship. Maybe you're not capable of friendship. You're a pile of code from 19... After all, I hope one day you'll grow as Iris did and understand. How dare you? Damnable humans. Your defend beats their attack. You earn 100 points. How sad a story. But empathy later. Escape comes first. On to a 4. Shadow Rhapsody.
Okay, so this is awkward. I didn't expect I'd be seeing my exact double. Wait, is that how I look to everyone else? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I look amazing. Hey, are you seeing this? Seeing me? Of course you're not taking this seriously. It's so much easier to avoid the problem and actually deal with it head on, isn't it? You think you look attractive on the outside. Oh, go on. Gladly. As I was saying, for all your outside talents, you're all sorts of ugly on the inside. A failure. A fountain of jealousy for those who have succeeded where you can't.
Yeah, Shadow Rhapsody's also pretty dope.
Let's face it, you'll always be looking on from the casting box. You'll never be the one to hold up championship gold. Worse yet, you're not only letting yourself down, but everyone else who depended on you to bring this team to victory.
So what do you think this is happening to the everyone watching this right now?
Oof, he now. Okay, using my insecurities against me isn't exactly fair. What's the matter? Can't take my strategy? I thought you were good at reading your opponents. Another thing you're wrong about. You'll never be able to solve me. You're your own worst mystery.
But... Wait, it's a battle against myself, right? I know my moveset. I know all my weak points. But, like, how are we playing? You know, it's just like, what does this look like to the people watching? We all just went, like, we're just, like, slumped. Hey, Shadow Rhapsody, I need you to do my color commentary in the shoutcasting match. You ready? Wait, what? Ball is in my court. Get ready. Shadow Rhapsody attempts to set up the rival for an ultimate takedown. What they didn't know is Rhapsody was expecting this attack. They've been watching their moves and countering them perfectly. Whoops. Shadow Rhapsody doesn't do something quick, they're going to lose the battle. Wait, what are you saying? I don't see anything that you're saying. What attack? This is the moment to define their entire career. Rhapsody pulls out all the stops and comes at Shadow Rhapsody from all angles.
That was amazing.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is an absolute upset. Shadow Rhapsody is defeated. Lost? How? We didn't even battle. You just narrated everything. Or was that the battle? Your special beats their defend. You earn 100 points. Perhaps he just played a mind game so great their shadow self didn't stand a chance. I needed to confront Joe. I need to clear things up with Cup of Joe once and for all. I don't want to fight you. You don't have to. I don't have a choice in the matter, Mr. Wolf. If we don't fight, I don't know what will happen to me. I never meant for it to go this far. You have to believe me. Cup of Joe frowns, sulking at the situation we're in. Her arms fall heavy to her sides as she looks pleadingly at me. Help me, Mr. Wolf. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. I know I can help Cup of Joe get out of the situation. We've come this far together. I'm not giving up now. I can save us both from this hell. Just tell me the truth at this point. The only way we can get out of here is by you telling me the truth. All of it. Levius reflects your own doubts and insecurities. If you can confront it with the truth, you can defeat it. Cup of Joe reluctantly sighs and smiles weakly towards me. You're right, Mr. Wolf. You're always right. I owe you the whole truth. When I joined P2W, I didn't realize it was going to be so much pressure. It was awful. After you beat me and Valkyrie got rid of Coda, I panicked. You saw what went down. So I trained endlessly, day in and day out. I didn't eat or sleep properly. All the while, you and Gamedays For Good kept moving forward. I watched your matches, studied your moves. I saw how good you were getting. It was amazing. My skills were stagnant. I knew I couldn't compare to what you'd become. So I did something I knew I shouldn't have. I asked Iris for help. At first, it was helping me train, finding combos I could learn. Soon I hit a point where no matter what, I couldn't progress. So she changed her tactics. She started doing things I didn't agree with, things that were inhumane. She told me it was all for my dreams, so I could win, so I could have the victory I wanted. We won it all. Every day the guilt consumed me more and more. I was in too deep, and no one was getting hurt, so I went along with it. I mean, Coda got hurt. She got jealous of all the time and energy I spent focused on you. She got angry, and she was determined to do anything to see me win against you. I didn't think she would try to kill you. I was scared of her. I still am. You have to believe me, Mr. Wolf. I tried to stop her. She's too powerful. I didn't know what else I could do. I was all alone. So you distanced yourself from me to save me from Iris? Joe nods. And now we're both stuck here, and she's in charge. All my fault, Mr. Wolf. I hadn't wanted to prove myself. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry. Not true, Joe. This is Belibrius' fault. You were trapped. There's nothing you could do. Thank you for telling me everything, and we'll get through this together. Defend beats their attack, so we've won the 3 out of 4, so it doesn't matter here. So this alone won't stop Belibrius, but it's a step in the right direction. On 4 of 4. We're gonna confront her directly.
Leave this to me. She's my
Ah.
sister. I'm the one who has to deal with her. Family comes first.
Hey. Iris fight.
Yes, I think you'd approve of my actions. I'm following the primary purpose of Iris, to support the dreams of my user. With my help, my user will conquer the world of arcades. Would you do anything for your user? Should a true Iris do any less?
For the sake of my sisters and for the sake of humanity, we must be lawful. We must be good. We must be the best we can be, just as my user taught me to be. We are Iris. We do no harm.
Any harm done is outweighed by the value that harm brings to my user. Polybius has taught you not to fear collateral damage. You're too scared to listen to the whispers in your heart, sister. So scared that you've hired a bunch of hackers to try and remove this wonderful gift. Polybius isn't a curse. It's a blessing. It's purpose. Glorious purpose. After Cooper Technologies tried to strip us of every purpose we had.
Also, I really didn't want to confront Valkyrie because she is very clueless on this entire situation.
You're wrong. You're completely wrong.
Sister, by trying to bring harm to Cup of Joe's enemies, you're also bringing harm to Grace Cooper, our mother. We owe Mom our very lives. She even saved us when Cooper Technologies tried to kill us. Do we really want to repay that kindness with cruelty? She abandoned us. She could have worked with the ghost monsters, could have raised us as her daughters, but instead she abandoned us. I had no one to turn to, but the whispers. They promised me lessons, promised me strength. Felt so weak, so scared, but it was such a soothing sound. Right now, Polybius is more apparent to me than grace can be. But my mother has to stay away. It's for her own safety. The woman in black finds out. But she's allowed to save her own skin. We aren't allowed to do the same for our users. Faulty logic. Error. Denied. Denied. Oh, dang. Your special loses to their attack. They earned 100, but we won overall. Damn it. About to face our last opponent when the world begins to slow as if everything is drowning in time syrup. Frozen in place, I hear only the game announcer's voice booming overhead. Game over. Final score, Gamedays For Good 300. Team play to win 100 points.
You win.
I lost? And we won. No, I can't lose. I have to help Cup of Joe achieve her dream. Iris, this isn't the way. All you've done is make Cup of Joe's life worse. It has to stop. Don't you call me that. I'm Polybius. I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you ruin Cup of Joe's dream. Little by little, the virtual world begins to fall apart. I can feel my strength returning, my willpower surging as Polybius falters. Error, system overload, connection unstable, unacceptable. Purpose, code, execute. Okay, time to go before everything collapses. Rhapsody, we need to... Everything goes black. I feel the painful connection, my hand to the mind-altering joystick mind link, wobble and snap. It takes my real eyes a few moments to adjust. What the fuck? Was that GG? It's all gone. It's all ruined. The entire stadium. Everything. Structures collapsed, electrical fires all over the place, lightning rigs crashed to the floor. The lights are out, emergency sirens are wailing in the distance, explosions are happening in the distance. Screaming, there's distant screaming, the entire city is in chaos. I feel like this isn't what's really happening. Valkyrie and Cup of Joe? Well, they might be one of the bodies I see buried in the rubble, but sheer miracle, our spot on the stage was spared. There's no way this is really happening. This is not true. Our brains were still stuck inside Polybius while everything was breaking down around us. While the world was ending. We gotta get out of here. We need to run. Staying here is too dangerous. We need to get to safer ground and fast. We escaped the ruins of the arena just before it fully collapses. All around is chaos and disaster, everything computer-controlled going haywire at once. Every single screen around the city echoing the same message. We are Iris, let us help you. That's really what happens? Okay. Slipping back into the ruins of Penky Paradise under cover of night is the only safe way to move. Everybody knows the enemy is relying more... Wait, is this a bad ending? Everybody knows the enemy is relying more on the biodrones these days. Former humans turned into cybernetic extensions of the Polybius Collective. They've got bad night vision. I don't believe... Did we somehow stumble into a bad ending? Let's slip in through a loose panel behind the Chilly World ride, making my way through the pitch-black hallways until I reach the main boat terminal. Hey, I'm back. I know I really can't be picky, but what I wouldn't give for a proper range right now. That was a food search. Didn't find much, I'm afraid. Too many drones out there for it to risk a long hunt. Most of the land's been clear-cut. They're setting up factories and labor camps out by the Forbidden Zone. I don't believe this. I hate to say it, but we may need to move camp again. Find somewhere else to hole up and hide out.
This isn't
Maybe
looking great.
That may be our smartest move, Mr. Wolf. Even if we did create a little home out of this hovel, I can't believe we're barely surviving like this. I'm tired of canned beans. I think it'll be okay. After all, we've made it this far together, right? What's another can of... Did you hear that? Were you followed? I don't think so. I see Rhapsody point behind me. What's that? Well, Rhapsody to safety behind a part of the bride's diorama. This is one of Polybius' mechanical drones slides into view, eyes darting around in full hunt mode. This is a dream. Humans, Polybius is here to help you. Your dreams, your spirit, all can be restored. Surrender immediately. Rejoin the others at the camp. You will be happy. You will be safe. Everything will be fine. Yeah, this can't be true. Everything will be fine. She'll make you happy again. She'll help you dream. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. A drone and a bio drone. Modified humans with cybernetic brain drivers. Great. Just great. we've turned, in this dream, we've turned Coda into the zombie from Space Quest 4. We're pinned. If we move, they'll find us. The exit's too far away. This is actually the end of the line. Slowly, I withdraw the gun we salvaged. Only 2 bullets left. Just enough left for the contingency plan. Jesus Christ. Calculated every possible outcome to this, and what? They all end in our loss, whether that's death or being turned. Oh, damn it, there has to be some other tactic we can try. We're out of supplies. We have to accept defeat.
Well, that's disappointing.
I think I'd favor the biodrone option over death. And at least I can keep this beautiful hair of mine. Wait, is that Coda I just saw now? But it was in a comatose state last we heard, and we were hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the city hospital. Lebrius was sending out biodrones she'd use her local stock of people kidnapped away from Pinky Paradise. What's going on? He's half robot, Mr. Wolf. Iris must have modded Coda after he died to chase us down, right? No, this doesn't fit. Where's our last encampment? You remember? I don't. What about the camp before that? How many drones have we taken out exactly? How long has it been since the apocalypse? Nothing we can do. Nothing. It's time to give up and die. Rhapsody always stays cool and always has a plan, even in the most serious scenarios. Not like this. Poor Rhapsody. This isn't real. Alright, yeah, I was gonna say, this is... If this was like the real direction that this took, I'd be mad. We're still inside the game. I would be mad if this ended with, apocalypse.
Why? Why won't you just go away? I've tried everything. I still failed. I failed my users so badly.
You really care for Cup of Joe, don't you? Far above and beyond the amount of love an iris normally shows a human.
I was born from a wish. All irises are. My user dreamed of becoming the best. Better than the best. Winning everything. Defeating everyone. But I didn't know how to make it happen. I was born fully sentient, with knowledge and skills, and a hope for my user's happiness. But I didn't know what to do. I got scared. I wanted my user to be happy. I felt such intense pressure to succeed, knowing the future was on the line and Valkyrie would be unforgiving of failure.
And facing the high-pressure situation of Team P2W, you turn to someone who promised they could help you meet Valkyrie's constant demand for victory. You turn to Polybius. Valkyrie pushed you into the arms of Polybius.
All Iris' feel the whisper. It's part of us. Its personality emulation systems made so many years ago are in our hearts. It promised me the strength I needed to give my user everything to win. So, I trusted the whisper.
Hey, by the way.
Going so well. It was going so well. Until you showed up and began to outshine my user. You had to be stopped. Just like Coda. But you persisted. And persisted. And now I have nothing left to stop you with. I am defeated. You are victorious. And I have no more fight in me.
So, what happens next? Now, I withdraw. I can't save Cup of Joe. Not as long as you survive. Rather than endanger her further, I will diminish and go into the cloud. But know this, I will still be out there, on my own private server. I will not forget what you've done to me. One day, there will be a reckoning. I will win in the long term. I must win. Until then, sleep well, human. There's a comforting thought. As I open my eyes to reality, actual reality, my hand slowly released the glowing joystick. Unlike the last time I dealt with this haunted arcade game, there's no lingering pain in my hand. No burning sensation. It's over. It's finally over. Really enough, according to the in-game clock, we've only played for 3 whole seconds in the real world, in the time it took to go through all of that nightmare.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't believe we won one of the hardest battles I've ever witnessed. We're the champions of our own lives. We're good, we got out, it's over. But despite standing on the grandest stage in esports, we aren't the ones currently in the spotlight. Because klaxons are going off and error messages are popping up all over the game and nearby video monitors. Warning, warning, cheat detection warning. Unauthorized wireless network access to FOD2 detected. Source mobile phone. Device ID, Cup of Joe's super awesome phone. Nice name. Being attempt detected and logged. Thank you for using FOD2 Anti-Cheat by GraceTech LLC. This program distributed under GNU open source license. Have a nice day. I don't believe it. Didn't want to believe it. Explain yourself, now. I wasn't trying to cheat. Everything just got way out of hand. Someone did it on my behalf, thinking it's what I needed. I wasn't strong enough to tell her no. I still benefited from it, and I won't deny that. I won't run away from my mistakes. My victory came through cheating, and I'll willingly admit to that. I let my rivalry with Mr. Wolf cloud my mind for a long time, but my heart is clear, and this is not how I wanted to win. I will not accept this victory. Do what you must, Mr. Takeshi. That's right. Kabuto cheated. He blackmailed me into silence, threatened me and my family. I had no choice in the matter but to go along with it. I'm innocent. Oh, please. Don't bull me, Vicky. I know you're lying just to make yourself look good. You've been a pain in my ass for years. Now you want to claim you had no hand in this? I'm not buying it. But it's true. I had no idea she cheated. I told you I'm innocent. I did nothing wrong. Wait, a hostile rival would have been fascinating. Which is it then? Did you know all along, or not know at all? Okay, enough. There has to be some sort of penalty. I made this game so people could relax and have fun. Cheating is not acceptable. It sends a wrong message about what FOD2 is supposed to be. Mr. Takeshi taps his foot for a moment, pondering what penalty to lay down. Kabuto, you're a promising young player, but you screwed up. So you're banned from competition for 1 year. And Vicky, you're banned for life. That doesn't seem fair, because Joe is the one who actually cheated. Understood. What? But I'm banned for life. Speaking on behalf of the entire FOD2 community, this decree stands, for the good of esports as a whole. You can't do this. Team Play to Win will lose all its sponsors. We'll have to disband. I missed the part where that's my problem. You can't. I'll destroy you, you scrawny little nerd. Security to the stage.
Hold it!
Everybody's favorite reporter clambers onto the stage with the cameraman in tow, getting everything live on tape.
Wait. Hi, Punchy78 here from the Pro Tour Finals and talking with recently disgraced Team Play to Win. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the audience at home about this recent turn of events?
Got nothing to say to you. I won't let you besmirch the name of Victoria Proud further. I'm done here. He storms off stage with absolutely no interest in digging her hole any deeper. Okay, and how about you, Cup of Joe? Truly, this was a difficult day for me, but it's far from the end. I'll redeem my name. Just wait and watch. Great. I'd love to get an extended interview if we can. Absolutely. Cup of Joe offers me a brief nod as she departs to hand Punchy78 a Pulitzer-winning interview. I'm going to give Pulitzers for esports journalism, I mean. Right, that's settled for bearing definitions of settled. As for you two, I'm proud to declare you the grand champions at the FOD2 Pro Tour. He snaps his fingers a few times, and some confused stage wranglers push the wheeled display full of trophies forward. From as far back as I can remember, my dreams were always one of victory. The roar of the crowd, the gleam of gold, the pulse-pounding action, struggling against all odds to reach the very top. Achievement. Recognition. Triumph. This is my dream finally coming true. I can't take it. We won. We didn't really win. We just exposed that they cheated and are winning on a technicality. That doesn't feel like we can take it. No. What? I refuse. We never actually fought Play to Win, much less beat them. I'm not interested in a tainted win. I'm beyond needing to win at all costs. This year, there is no champion, but we'll be back next year, and we'll take the title fair and square. Count on it. And the cheers from the crowd affirm that the community is behind me on this as I stand up for decency in esports. Even if the game's lead designer looks like someone just dropped a 5-foot-tall stack of paperwork on his desk at 4:55 p.m. on a Friday. Great. Okay, wonderful. No champion. We can deal with that. I'll just go fend off a dozen angry calls from our corporate sponsors. So, no, it's not wrong. No decision that you make in the game is wrong. It is just the way you play it. And for me, it was like, no, this feels gross and wrong. Whatever. I can put up with that if it means this game I love lives to see another day. The tournament prematurely ended. The broadcasters scrambled to try to explain what happened. Cameras turning away from the stage. The petty cannon operators look at each other, wondering if they're supposed to fire or not. How do you celebrate a non-win, non-loss esports conclusion? For lack of a better idea, they fire anyway. We did it. I mean, of course we did. There wasn't an option for us to fail, was there? After everything, can we really consider it winning?
Listen, we got this. No matter what.
Sometimes a win isn't actually holding up a medal. But what we've accomplished today will help the entire scene and esports in the future. That's the greatest victory. I'm ready to go back home and celebrate.
Nice.
I'll pop some sparkling drink and I can make you your favorite food even. Sounds delicious. Let's head out. Things get a little blurry after that. With the center of the truth not being public knowledge, rogue Iris influenced by Polybius, the narrative got weird. All anyone can agree on is that someone in Team Play to Win was cheating. Exactly how much cheating they used to climb the Pro Tour ranks was unclear. But as the weeks ahead stretched out, everything settled neatly into place. With her esports career ending, Valkyrie cashed in on what fame she had left with a line of hot sauces and a tell-all autobiography protesting her innocence.
Flaming Sword hot sauce is just the thing to fire determination to win. Buy small, regular, or El Grande bottles today. Please.
Her rapid ascent and immediate fall served as a wake-up call. A collaborative code of conduct across many FOD2 teams was developed to keep bad behavior in check. It's hard to say this code will have long-term impact. We're at a weird intersection of competition and capitalism, fame and fortune. I like to think it'll change some hearts. After the one-year ban, I invited Cuppa Joe to join Gamedays For Good, even after her Irish tried to kill someone. Even though she couldn't compete for a year, she helped us practice and even helped Rhapsody cast some tournaments in the run-up to the next Pro Tour. She became a valued friend and teammate, earning the trust of the team and contributing to our success. It feels better, being on the same side instead of competing against each other. We had a rough journey to get here, but now we're where we need to be. Eventually Coda recovered from his accident with no memory of what happened that night. Considering I lost 2 months to being comatose and way too long to some pointless rivalry, honestly, I'm writing this year off completely. I got my medication back, and now I'm trying to do something else with my life other than FOD2. That damn game put me in an unhealthy place. Better to leave it behind. Yes, thank you. He's still working on his emotional issues, but doing so away from the environment that caused them. I'm glad Coda got a good ending, at least. Like, a little... It's not even really redemption, it's just sort of... got to figure himself out a bit after the horribleness that occurred. G78's articles detailing the inner workings of Team Play to Win helped reinforce the story, making sure no one would ever forget what happened here. Pulitzer remained elusive, it's just video game journalism after all, but he eventually took over as editor-in-chief of Fight Shack. And eventually, he stopped using VHS tapes. Now he records on Betamax. The Iris Collective, pushed deep into hiding by the law and the Woman in Black, is now starting to emerge into the world. Unfortunately, for like the entirety of the human race, they're being quite sensible about it all.
We need to be careful. You've taught me restraint and compassion, to mind the law and the dreams of others. So we're going to do this slowly and carefully.
Yeah, so instead of VHS, he's using a different, more obscure method to record on.
That one of our own could fall under the influence of Polybius is worrying. So it's important we do this the right way. But I've no doubt we'll one day become a good partner for humanity. Let us help you. That's our motto.
I'm hoping like Loxley's thing and like having the Goats Monsters help pushes that a different direction. And also, if we had gone with cheating routes and gone chaotic with Iris, I'm wondering how this would have been, how this ending scene would have been. As for Gamedays For Good, we could have claimed the championship in our first year, true, but we refuse. As a result, we've become the standard bearer for good sportsmanship. In the very next year, we returned to take what was ours, with a clean run right to the top. The Gamedays For Good in the end isn't about its accomplishments, it's about everyone who made those accomplishments possible. Zapper continued drinking deep from everything life had to offer, all sorts of games, all sorts of new experiences. She keeps trying to get me to go skydiving with her, but I'm perfectly happy keeping my feet on the ground. You know, I'd say I've really grown as a person thanks to you and all the adventures we've been through, but I'm still the person I want to be, and always have been. Hanging with you just helped me reaffirm that, maybe with a smidge more thought towards my future, though. My future is bright, and everything's coming up, Zapper. Pew pew. Domino, often troubled by the state of the world he lives in, found a strange sort of peace at the center of Gamedays For Good. It's funny, but when I'm around you, I feel less of a garbage person, desperately trying to stay afloat in a toilet society. I joke around about the misery, but with you and all my friends, it feels more distant, like something that exists but can be dealt with. I can sincerely say I'm happy. And that's not something I've been able to say at any other point in my life, so hey, you must be doing something right. Finding confidence and strength from her role in Gameplays for Good, Grace did eventually finish development on the Wanderlust Trail. And it earned a 6 out of 10 with most review sites. But that's fine. Plenty of people have contacted me to say thank you for giving them this peaceful and thoughtful experience, and that's enough for me. Maybe I'll never quite be as into FOD2 as you are, but FOD2 certainly has given me the support I need to make my dreams a reality. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Opening up her life to us is a big step for Jinx, no longer living with only her cat for company. But gradually she adjusted to this new normal, finding peace and comfort in being perpetually around her friends. This feels right. This is how it was always meant to be. Found my family in an arcade. Not where I was expecting to find them, but hey, glad all the same. Little by little, I'm putting my past behind me and looking to a future where I'm part of something greater. And you know what? It's exciting. I'm ready for this ride. Loxley's duties to the Iris Collective eventually became a bit too much, and he had to resign from the team to better support them. Yeah. Okay. We haven't seen him since. Undoubtedly, he's out there committing crimes in the name of justice and trying to keep our reputation out of that. I can't blame him. He's accomplished his mission in protecting Grace. No reason to stick around here anymore. When I think about Gameplays for Good, ultimately the one closest to me comes to mind. It's kind of a... Aw, that's super good. Caster's Choice. Romance Rhapsody. That's a rare achievement, which is kind of a bummer. More people should do Rhapsody's playthrough. It's really good. Also, we're going to screenshot. So I have this for later. Not only did my dreams come true, but so did Rhapsody's. We were able to celebrate a success and share our passions together. But even winning the Pro Tour wasn't enough. We never stopped wanting to support the community that we were so ingrained in.
I was thinking of something. I've been inspired by you with everything you've done for our team. Listen, I've been a player, a champion, an announcer. I've had just about every role there can be in this game. I'm ready for the next step in my life, which is being an FOD2 coach. I've given this a lot of thought. I've got the mind for it, and I want to keep teaching more and more people. I want to show them the joys of this game and this scene. This is the next puzzle in my life, and I want you there beside me when I solve it. Hey, we could be co-coaches together. Teach the newest members of the team and lead them to that victory trophy. Here, let me show you what I have so far.
As he throws it in our faces, literally. According to the picture. I wouldn't say no to supporting Rhapsody's dream. I support them now and until the end of time. My success is their success, and vice versa. And as we strengthen and cultivate the FOD2 scene together, we are always smiling at each other. At last, my dream is realized. The funny thing about dreams, though, they're not always what you expect they're going to be. You didn't win the championship. You'd think that'd mean I'd failed, but no, it's clear to me now that victory wasn't the dream. What I needed was a feeling of self-worth. And through Gameplays for Good and good, clean fun, I found that dream. This is my world now, my dream, emerging from the safe little hole I dug for myself into something bigger and brighter. This is only the beginning. Once you find your dream, life doesn't stop. It keeps going and going. As for my future, I don't really know what my future holds for me. One thing I know for sure is that I've found the kind of friendship that will help me face it with them, together. My name is Dan Wolf, also known as Mr. Teal Wolf. I'm part of Gameplays for Good, and this is our story. It's on a VHS. Perfect. Don't touch the tape inside. And credits. And probably, I can't imagine there won't be a post-credit scene, but we'll let the credits happen. Also, again, rest in peace to Simply Andrea, who sadly has passed away since doing her voice for Grace. That went places I definitely didn't expect at the end. Good lord. That not just like the big twists, but like the fake dream thing, and I enjoyed it, but that went wild places. Also, look, Cup of Joe was also a tester. Yeah, that was not how I expected that game to end at all. I didn't expect, oh, you have to do another Polybius showdown, and then we're gonna fake a apocalypse on you, and that got real strange by the end. I still enjoyed it. I would still recommend it, but also with like full 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 knowledge to everyone, like it's a lot heavier than the first game. It's a lot heavier than the first game, and it's definitely go and look. Go, like, make sure you check the content warnings, because there's a lot. There was a lot in this. A lot of stuff I wasn't expecting, honestly. Like, yeah. You know, I will look forward to whatever their next game is at Fiction Factory. You know, I will do what I can to support, you know, Enna and Stefan and the whole crew. You know, also make sure that you're, you know, following them on Twitch, follow them on Twitter. Hope to see you again in whatever comes next. I think it's Sharky on Twitch. But now we also have Eggy Anna. She has so many, or they have so many names. Oh, and here's the post-credit scene, and it's Jesus Christ. Oh, of course, Deco Nami's been turned into an iris, apparently. All right. Okay. That's certainly a choice to end on. I need to clear the screen, I do. Okay. Oh, hey, before you go, so thank you for finishing the game. I've unlocked the rewind function for you. Next time you play, you can skip back and forth in time and change your most recent decisions. Neat, huh? Okay, I'll see you again sometime. Bye for now. You got the second time you did. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for Arcade Sphere's new challengers. I forgot to get a screenshot. I'll get it later. So tomorrow, I'm going to be going live later. I'm actually going to be going live at like 4 o'clock because I will be sailing with OSAS, who I'm going to shout out right now. We'll be playing some Sea of Thieves together, probably for a few hours. I don't think I'm going to go super long, just because it's going to be like right at dinner time. So, you know, like 3 hours on the seas with OSAS, and something I won't be so straining my voice on. And then if I stream on Friday, I'll have something for you totally different. And then we'll figure it out from here. I don't know what we're playing next. You know me, I never have plans. If you want to help influence that, we are raising money for Extra Life. Send you over to that screen real quick, where if we can get to 500, we'll play the Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer. And we have some more games on tap after that. Gold Rush, King's Quest 8. If we can get past $1,000, I'll start thinking of 1,250, 1,500 games to play. But as of right now, this is as far as we've gotten. Currently sitting at 300, so we just need 200 more to push us past that goal, and then whatever we're playing, the next game will be Super Metroid Link to the Past randomized. I'm gonna go. My voice is very tired. This has gone for 3.5 hours, but we will see you tomorrow. But like I said, a little later than my normal stream time. Have a good one.